Yeah.
7, 8, 9. Oh, God, time flies. St. Patrick's Day was on a Thursday. It was sunny out. Casey, I was at the city at the time. Casey Nemeth was at the county.
Yeah.
And then we worked not overtime. It worked a shift together in the same car, and circled the Shooters parking lot literally for an hour and a half. Just picked. And one guy, we write him a appearance ticket for open end talks, and he goes, "I just got one 5 minutes ago," and shows us the ticket. And we're like, "Well, sorry, here's another one."
Jeez.
Casey and I talked about that yesterday, and and
it's got to be a big day for you. You got to circle it on the calendar, like, oh boy.
If the weather's nice, things can get out of hand. When we had 2-3 OWIs last night, maybe, which is outside the norm for a middle of the week kind of thing.
Yeah, right, for a Tuesday night.
So we had had a couple of those. I think the city may have had one too.
Right. Don't drink and drive.
Right. It's not I think it's not lucky to be in jail. So
very much so. Very much so.
So but not too bad. Not too bad.
Glad to see your bright-eyed and bushy-tail this morning.
Yeah, me too. These guys haven't been in school in about a week, so I was kind of.
You looking fresh. You
kids. We got some of our guests today haven't been in school in a week, so I guess we're just keeping them away that much more. I guess.
I almost texted you last night, like, what if they don't have school again? What do we do about this? Are they going to show up, or are we going to?
Well, you make do.
Rock and roll, man.
Yeah, you make do.
Right. Good show today, though.
Yeah. So before we get on to our guests, I just want to give kudos to the Morley Stanwood girls basketball team. We had them on. I think Pat and I had Bob and a few of the players on about a month ago, and their season ended last night, but nothing to hang their heads on. Just a great season, a great game last night.
Heartbreaker.
My
nonetheless.
Son. Oh yeah. At the end, it's whenever you end your season, and especially for those girls that are seniors, it just makes it a little bit more extra, hard.
Yep.
Bob did an outstanding job this year with that team. They got a lot coming back though. They'll be pretty tough next year too.
All right.
I want to say Sage, Ososki, or I don't care what the guys on the Federal High School Sports Network called her. I don't remember. Cole, did you listen to it?
Yeah.
What'd they call her?
I don't remember either. It was not correct, though.
No, not even close.
I think it was Ozick.
Ozick, that's right. Ozick. So it was Ozick. But she had ice in her veins last night.
Nice.
5 seconds to go. They're down 3. She gets fouled shooting a 3-pointer. Goes to the line, makes all 3 of them.
Nice.
Cameron and I were watching, and I'm thinking, man, that is awesome.
There you go.
So, congratulations to them, and I guess a lot of those girls, Morley Stanwood was going to have a heck of a softball team too. So I'm sure a lot of those girls are going to, switch over to softball. So,
right.
Spring sports are
it's
here.
That time.
Yep, spring sports are here, and thus. The guests that we have today thought with, there's still some snow on the ground, but with baseball season kind of getting going, we invited new Big Rapids High School baseball coach Alec Gary on the show, and he brought 3 of his players with him. So I'll introduce Alec and Coach Alec, then have him introduce the 3 players that he brought in with him today.
Great.
Yeah, thanks for having us here today. And we had the World Baseball Classic finals last night.
Yeah,
right.
So it kind of a little tune-up going into our season here. And
I'm talking to this mic.
Okay, yep, no problem. And it's obviously tough with the weather that we've had. We're practicing inside, but you know what? It's good bonding for all of us boys. And being the new coach this year and seeing a new group of guys, it's really fun and exciting. And I did bring along 3 of them here with me today. I've got 3 seniors, big group of seniors, and I've got Cole Heist here, and I've got Brody Ososki, and I've got Cameron Miller. And I'll turn it over to What do I do?
Well, yeah. Let's talk about you, and then we'll kind of go down the line. I guess expectations for this year, where you came from.
Yeah.
You know how long you were there, and give us a little background on you.
Pat would want us to ask you about your dad too.
Well,
so we got to talk about your dad a little bit. It's a given.
Yeah. So I was at Gladwin High School for the last 10 years. I was coaching for the first 8 as the assistant underneath my dad. And then the last 2, I was the head varsity baseball coach in Gladwin. And in those 10 years, we had 3 districts, 2 regionals, and a semifinals appearance over those 10 years. So we had some good ball players, some good success, and it's in the same division. Division 2 is what we are here in Big Rapids, which we met twice over the course of those 10 years. So
yeah, we remember.
Yeah. It was,
I was at one of those.
We'll be talking about it.
Well,
we'll be talking about it.
And they were matches. I mean, those were first round matchups where it was basically like whoever won that game was going to win districts.
Right.
It was just how the layout works, because baseball is the one sport where it's not there's no seedings, there's no anything. So what district you get in, it's a random draw. So it's a little bit different than football and basketball. And really, as far as just how the districts are aligned to, is completely out of the norm. So it's completely different and unique than the other sports. But the success we had over there, I came over here. I took the manager of the Daggett Gilbert Funeral Home job here, and I was last year driving back and forth every single day to Gladwin to Big Rapids.
If I can add something. So 2 of the boys in this room played their regional hockey over at Tawas here a few weeks ago. And we had to drive over there 3 times.
Yeah.
And then I remember saying something to my wife. I'm like, do you know that Coach Alec had to do this like every day?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and Cole Cole and his dad drove over there one night too, and I'm just thinking, Alec had to do this all the time.
Yep.
Wow,
that's brutal.
Every single day, it was from work to the baseball field. It was about an hour and 25 minutes. So an hour and 25-minute drive one way to go coach and be with the boys. But it's something that I love. It's a passion of mine, coaching high school baseball. You don't coach high school sports for the money. You do it for the experience, okay? And to tell you the truth, I could not do the drive another year. I made some promises to some seniors last year, that I'd see them through. But, when this job opened up, I think that it was just a great, I don't want to say whatever the circumstances are anyways. I put in my, letter of let's see what kind of an opportunity presents itself here, and I couldn't be more thankful for Stephanie and Brian, you and some folks that were kind of in my corner here that kind of gave me a nudge to let's go do this. We've got a special group of boys here, and there's some exciting times ahead of us here. We can win a lot of baseball games with this group, and after a week and a half of practice and a winter full of workouts, I see nothing short of what our expectations are, and that's to win some baseball games this year and have fun in the process.
And a district title.
And a district title, of course.
I look at the 3 boys, and I think that's what they want too.
Yep.
Yep.
That's always the end goal at the end of the season. You play those early season games, and it's for the build-up and the anticipation there at the end.
Big Rapids is pretty fortunate to have you.
Yeah.
You were already working at Daggett, you said, for the year, which Daggett is a sponsor for B139. So we already had been hearing your voice before you were announced as the head coach. When I first met him, I'm like, you sound so familiar. What am I hearing?
Yep.
So, great to have you on, though.
Yeah.
And your assistant coaches, you have actually one gentleman that you faced, or who he faced you guys in the districts, Ben Knuth, who is helping out, and Ben was an outstanding pitcher for Big Rapids. And just a shout out, any parents that want to have your children do some pitching, contact Ben because he does an outstanding job.
Yep, most definitely. It's fun having him in my corner, and John Zacco as well is also helping.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, but
I got to give him.
He'll tell you,
right?
It's 2 weeks in a row Zacco's been mentioned on the show, isn't it?
Right.
Just had his daughter on last week.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. No, it's going to be fun coaching with those guys, and I think all the boys here, can. We've had pretty good practices so far with the three of us. So,
how hard was it to leave Gladwin after, playing there, coaching there? Was it a difficult decision?
Most definitely. I was kind of like, these boys here. I was a thoroughbred flying G, which everybody says, "What the heck is a flying G?"
Yeah, what is it?
It is a G with a wing on it. It is
okay.
A flying G.
All right.
But the mascot is a gosh hawk, so nobody really even knows what it is, even when you're from Gladwin. So,
right.
But it was extremely difficult. But when I took the job over here, I knew my life was moving to Big Rapids, and with that being said, it was just unrealistic to continue to have a life in Big Rapids and a life in Gladwin. Mm-hmm. And I made the commitment to taking the job here in Big Rapids, and that came with moving my life. And I'm just happy to really in the span of 2 years, I picked up my life in Gladwin, ran 2 funeral homes, was the baseball coach, and now I'm doing the exact same thing here in Big Rapids. So it's,
right. And Alec, you took the program over in Gladwin from your dad, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah, I took the program over from my dad. He was coaching there for 14 years. I took over for him after the last 2 years, and then ironically enough, my younger brother is now the head varsity baseball coach in Gladwin. So,
and they're on our schedule this year, correct?
They're on our schedule.
Right. Awesome.
Yep. May 22nd.
And you know what? We can talk about the senior class of Big Rapids, but that senior class in Gladwin, I think, is something special too. If you look at their football team this year, they're the hockey team is always decent. Mm-hmm. So I mean that class right there is a pretty good class. So it should probably be a pretty good game, I would think.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty good game.
I'm guessing you're going to pitch them too.
Most definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
We were talking off the air. I think it was in the concession stand up at Big Rapids High School.
Yep.
And you had the big guy for the district game last year. Came through for Gladwin.
Yep.
Big fella. You say he's going to play D2 football or something like that. So good program. A lot of stellar athletes over there.
Yeah. A lot of still good athletes over there. It's really it peaked with the group of athletes. I mean, Gladwin won a state football championship 2 years ago, and have had several. The football coach just left to go take the job over at Bay City Central, so we'll see where that program goes anyways. But it's just been it starts with the group of kids and the athletes, and us coaches can give ourselves pats on the back, but it's really about the boys and the group of kids. So with the success we'll have as a baseball team this year, it starts with the 3 guys and the 15 guys that are on the team this year. So I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Excellent.
So you've got some seniors in here if you want to and Brian's son is in here too, which we're excited. Not the first time he's been on the radio.
I think it's the first time. We've had Cooper in here a couple times.
Coop's been in a few times, but
yeah, and he's kind of a natural.
Yeah. And you got the eye doctor appointment on the way, right, Cam?
Yeah.
You're looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
Little lens crafters action for you today?
No, just checking my ass out.
No, you're looking good, man. Glad to have you guys in.
So let's, Cole, what are your expectations for the year? And let's talk about your, what got you here. You've been playing now probably 14 years or roughly, and let's talk about what got you here and your expectations for the year for the team.
I got to give a shout out to Coach Miller and my dad and Mr. Lazinski, who had us since 8U. We played for them all the way along. That's why this group's still so big all the way through, because we've stuck together rather than branching out and playing in different places. We've stuck together and played all the way through, played Little League, done all those things that other kids in other towns aren't doing, but we said all the way through we wanted to stay together. But, expectations, I think we want to have fun. We want to win a lot of ball games and be better than we were last year, that's for sure.
How do you think you can improve upon last year? Because you've been a central part of your team's success. What are you trying to do this year?
Yeah, I think we have all the pieces to do it. I think we just have to do it at the right times. Last year we won a bunch of games. We played some good competition and won the conference. We've done that 3 years in a row, but we've not gotten over that hump in that playoffs, which is, I think, the big goal we want to do. But we just also want to enjoy our senior year and have fun with it.
Hey, there you go. Who got some star players coming up this year? Who's going to be some pivotal parts for you think?
I don't know. I think anybody on any given night can step up for us. I think we're pretty balanced throughout the whole lineup, throughout everybody that's on the team. We can all step up and make big plays.
So I've got a little game for you. that I came up with last night. It's called This or That. Just a couple questions I'll ask you guys. So this or that, I'll start with Cole. Small ball or home run?
I mean, as a player, I got to say home run. Coach Alec's not going to like that answer, but
Fair enough. Okay. How about sack fly or hit and run?
sack fly,
Okay. How about sack bunt or hit away?
hit away.
Okay. Who do you got sitting next to you?
This is Brody Ososki.
Brody.
Brody.
I can't see Brody.
Well, and let's we'll do the same with Brody. Have him talk about kind of
absolutely.
what got him here, and then his expectations, and because I do like these questions.
Okay. Brody, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
What position are you playing this year? I can't see you past the monitor. But
Middle infield, probably shortstop or second.
Okay. All right. And we didn't ask Cole. Cole, what position are you playing this year?
Wherever coach wants me to play, I'll pitch.
This guy.
First
This
base.
guy.
He made up for
Man, your dad must be a coach somewhere. All right, Brody, go ahead, big guy.
Yeah, so like Cole said, expectations-wise, conference is always a big thing to win, especially like in the dog days of baseball. It can be hot out there. You want to keep winning those conference games, and Cam can kind of agree with me on this. We got snubbed our regional title for hockey, so it'd be nice to win a district, maybe go on to regionals. And yeah, I've been talking with Coach Alec about, once you make it out of maybe regionals, I think you're going to play with what's that team? Standish? Yeah.
Standish Sterling. Yeah.
They're always good, so. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be nice to, continue our success and hopefully beat one of those big teams later in the playoffs.
But if I'm not mistaken, when you guys were little, we might have beat Standish Sterling up there. I'm just throwing that out there.
I know we went over there all the time.
Yeah.
What year would that have been, Brian?
I don't know. That was a long time ago. These guys probably were like 10U at the time or something.
That's
I don't
all right.
remember.
Yeah, that's all right, though. Because if you got that memory of beating them, it's still there, no matter what. You can go back to it.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. But
Yes. So Standish has made it to 3 of the last 4 state championships, and they're in Division II, and they would be our first round of regional. So I tell the boys, if we can win districts, beat them in the first game of regionals, we'll go as far as the boys will take us.
It's doable. It's doable. It's doable. You got the arms this year, Coach, a little
We
bit.
got the depth. We've got some players.
Brody, what are you looking forward to improving upon this year?
Honestly, just growth with teammates. I mean, it's our seniors, it's our last year, so just making the most of it, having fun, and being together is probably the most important, I would think, on improving.
Good answer. Good answer. You accept that? Brian, you good with that answer?
I'm good with all 3 of these guys.
Yeah, I know. So, all right, Brody, this or that. You play small ball or you hit home runs?
Small ball.
All right. You sack fly or hit and run?
Hit and run.
All right. And I didn't ask this to Cole, but high pants or low pants?
Oh, high. No, actually low.
The kids mostly go with low pants these days.
I've worn high pants all the way.
Cole, you're high? I was always a high
since he was a
pants guy,
kid.
too.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, low pants for sure.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. You sack bunt or hit away?
He's fast.
I tried sack
So he's
bunt.
not sack bunt.
Try to beat it out, but let's go sack
Might be the fastest kid I've ever seen.
Okay, all right.
And when he runs, it's like kind of like, you see
The blur.
other kids give effort. Brody
Yeah.
kind of just floats.
Nice.
And
Nice.
one other kid that might catch him at some points, Jack Curry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's fast.
We're going to put that in the memory banks.
Yeah.
Remember that for a
That's
couple years from
Pat's
now.
grandson. I don't think he got it from Pat, but probably
Probably not.
the Peterson side.
If his mouth runs as fast as his legs do, then he'll be like Pat.
he doesn't talk.
No. You either get one or the other in that
Yeah,
family.
he doesn't
apparently.
talk.
All right, so another young man we have here. How you doing, big guy?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
You stopped getting intimidated by your father a long time ago, didn't you? He's a pretty good guy.
He's a good guy,
He's a
but he
pretty
can
good
be
guy.
intimidating sometimes.
I mean, that comes with the territory. You have to be as a father. I mean,
When he gives you that look, you know something's not right.
that's true enough, right?
Yeah.
So what are you looking at improving upon this year?
Definitely, just like both of these guys said, teammates, just getting closer as a group. Improving on personal goals are just like be able to throw more strikes than I did last year. I threw strikes, but a couple hoping to just throw strikes, no balls, no walks this year,
All right.
so we can win games.
Are you a pitch around him or pitch at him kind of guy?
Kind of both.
Get right
I'd say
after him a little bit?
You gotta attack the zone.
All right. So this or that. you hit too, or you just pitch?
I hit.
I mean, I could come up with a pitching this or that too if you need to. But,
No, we'll stick.
okay, what do you like? Are you a small ball guy or home runs?
Definitely small ball.
Okay. Are you gonna hit a sac fly or a hit and run?
Sack fly.
Sac fly. Okay. How about high pants, low pants?
I kind of do both, but I like the high pants. I did high pants last year, and I actually liked it. So high pants.
See, I think a lot of people are surprised by that for some reason. You know, Coach Gary,
It kind of went in waves, didn't it? Back when we were younger, everything was high pants,
Yeah.
and then last 10, 15 years, it kind of went back to the low.
Even stirrups are back in style now.
Yeah,
It's
right.
about time.
Right.
It's about time stirrups came back in, you know. Okay, so how about are you a sack bunt or are you hitting away?
Probably a sack bunt. I'm not very fast, so I would most likely be a sack bunt.
Yeah, you got both ends of the spectrum.
That's perfectly fine. You know, that's why you're a team. You know, you play off each other's strengths, and you got to advance those runners.
That's right.
Right, Coach Alec?
That's right.
Got it. So going back to the last district game that you played against Big Rapids, obviously, what did you see? And was your first thought like, because you were already working in Big Rapids at that time?
No,
you weren't.
It was the year before I came here to Big Rapids.
Okay.
So it was 2023, and Coach Ben Knuth, who is helping me this year, was the starting pitcher for Big Rapids, and it was actually a pre-district game here in Big Rapids. So right now I am currently 1-0 at Big Rapids High School baseball field. So
Yeah,
that's a good, but at the end of the day, baseball is not a perfect game. I don't expect to run the season 36-0. We take the lumps and we, learn from them. We learn from our mistakes and we get better each and every single day at practice and on to our next game. And, it's just one of those things that, the expectations are to be the best we can be each and every single day. But, we don't know what the other team's pitchers, the other team's players, and it's one of those. It's a team sport, but it's like the most individual team sport. One pitcher can take the mound and dominate a game, and you just got to tip your hat sometimes to them. So, but I think our boys are gonna, put together a good season, and we're gonna win a lot of baseball games and play for that end result, that end goal.
And that's a great outlook on it. Is if baseball, we all know if you're playing and you're having fun as a team, Cole mentioned this, you guys have been playing since you were kids all together. The more fun you can have as a team, generally the better the mood is, and you start seeing a lot of amazing things happen on the baseball field.
Most definitely, the culture in the dugout is a big thing for the game of baseball. You don't want to have that one kid that's too down. You want to have a bunch of, we're each other's biggest supporters. At the end of the day, moms and dads are all up and down the, the sidelines or around the ball field, but at the end of the day, it's about all the boys in the dugout. And when somebody gets out, we'll get them next time. Pick each other up when one's feeling down. So, and like these boys are reiterating, there's just building that culture, building that chemistry, and being there for each other.
So I think one of your big strengths is going to be, it's been brought up a couple times, is depth.
Yeah, most definitely.
What's some other strengths that you see from this group that you think will help carry you through the season?
Honestly, it's a unique group of athletes, so I wouldn't necessarily say like they've played every sport growing up together. I can't sit here and say, I'm looking at all of these guys here, and they're not just baseball players, they're athletes. So we're going to use that to our strength with the amount of athletes we have on this team. So, for somebody like me that, especially the last 10 years, we did emphasize small ball over in Gladwin, and I'm going to take full advantage of our athleticism and, moving guys over, bunting the baseball, stealing, we are going to use our depth, we're going to use our athleticism, and we're going to take full advantage of that.
So we got these three. I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Who are some of the other players that you have that, can you go down the list, or is it kind of early yet?
It's early yet. I don't want to miss any kid. I don't want to miss anybody out of here. But because there's 10 seniors on this team. And they've all been playing together.
And that is crazy.
It is crazy. And we've got we've got 6 juniors.
Quality juniors.
Yeah, 6 quality juniors. So it is going to be a special, unique group. And honestly, that's what I told. And actually Cole gave a good answer. What position do you play? It's such a great answer wherever coach puts me, because I might just go with what my gut instinct tells me to do. And at the heat of the moment in a baseball game, it's like you watch a Major League Baseball game anymore, and it's like, it's a revolving door as far as every player on the bench is getting in the game or involved at some point in time. So, we'll definitely take advantage of all of the able bodies we got.
Or you got Javi Baez playing center field.
That's exactly.
And doing outstanding, honestly, for the Tigers last summer. So
exactly. So when Brody here says he's going to be middle infield, he might wind up behind the plate one day. I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever seen him catch.
I don't know.
Cole and Cameron, I think.
But we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with Coach Alec Gary, Brian Miller, right here on Curries Hot Stove League.
WPCX Big Rapids.
I don't think that's legal. Of course it's legal.
The 80s and more are on Big Rapids' new B1039.
It's snowing again, and the last thing you want is to have to deal with that old clunky snowblower that might not even start. Or perhaps you've been told that shoveling is not a very good idea for you. Well, wouldn't you like to have the peace of mind knowing that your driveway and walks will be taken care of? M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing wants to give you that peace of mind. No matter how long or short your driveway is, M&M can take care of it. If you just want snow plowing and walk shoveling, or if you like the full treatment with a layer of salt, they can do that as well. If you're a business owner, you know that an unplowed parking lot means lost revenue. Let M&M take care of it before your doors open. Remember, customers on the plow list get first priority when the snow comes. All it takes is a phone call to M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing, 231-796-4956. When winter rears its ugly head, and it will, take comfort that M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing is here to serve you.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barreton. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. You know, we're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barreton.
Hi, this is Pat Curry. We're right here with Brian Miller at 1039. We talk about what's happening with sports in Big Rapids. Well, we got a new sponsor. None other than the Great Body Shop right on Maple Street, east of the bridge in Big Rapids, Michigan. It's called M&M Collision Center. They're celebrating 30 years of trusted, top-quality auto body repair and remains the name you can trust. Whether you have a major collision repair or a minor fender bender, our award-winning team has you covered with free loaners and vehicle detailing with every repair. They work with all insurance companies and treat every vehicle like it's one of their own. From auto body repairs to supporting local community organizations, giving back to the community is part of who they are. Come see Matt and Devin and Trish and Justin. Just a great group of people there. Come and see why Big Rapids trust M&M Collision Center of Big Rapids, where quality and community come together.
Come say cheers in Zots Bar and Grill, downtown Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people. So come on down where everybody knows your name. Zots Bar and Grill, the People's Choice Best Soup winner. The burgers are where it's at. Originally opened in 1933 with seasonal beers on tap, located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Zots Bar and Grill is a proud sponsor of the Signature Player of the Week for the Hot Stove Sports League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
When was the last time you checked your tires? At Big Rapids Tire, they know how important it is to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Whether you're cruising down the highway or navigating tough weather, a fresh set of tires ensures you're ready for anything. Their expert team will help you find the perfect tires for your car and get you back on the road with confidence. Brakes, alignments, struts, and shocks, they do those as well. Don't wait for a blowout, or worse, visit Big Rapids Tire for unbeatable prices, quality, and peace of mind. Big Rapids Tire, Northland Drive, just north of town.
Looked at Curry. Hey, I want to tell you something. Their sandwiches are incredible. But get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions. You won't ask where the beef is.
Come say cheers at Zott's Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zott's, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zott's Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curries Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
This is Alec Gary of Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes in Big Rapids and Barrington. I believe what sets Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes apart from everyone else is our commitment to service excellence. When a family calls, we are there before, during, and after the funeral experience. I want you to be able to trust calling us. You know, we're here to guidance and counsel each and every single family to each and every single need. And we just feel like the commitment to families, especially ones that put their care and trust in us, we are going to go above and beyond to do anything we can to help a family during their time of loss. This is Alec Gary, a legacy of service, a promise of care with Daggett Gilbert Funeral Homes, located in Big Rapids and in Barrington.
Hey, Alec Gary, we recognize that name.
Yeah, familiar.
Yeah,
you guys sound familiar.
Well, welcome back. Curry's Hot Stove League on, let's see, Wednesday, what is it, March 18th?
March 18th.
March 18th.
Post St. Patty's Day carnage.
That's right. That's right. You get to a certain age and, you know, I still was in bed by 9:15.
Did you even wear green yesterday, Brian?
No. No, I had uniform. I had to go do some things. So.
Oh, did Heather pinch you a bunch? I'm sure she did.
She just got back from a trip, so.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, hey, we're back here with Big Rapids Baseball, Coach Gary, Coach Alec, because you said there's been a few Coach Garys in the past however many years.
Yep.
So we're talking, you know, last district, bringing your success from Gladwin over here, which we're fortunate to have you. A little bit of this or that. The WBC just wrapped up. Did you get into the WBC at all?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
It's baseball year-round for the baseball coach. Here,
you know it. You know it.
That's exactly right.
So what did you think of manager DeRosa's, you know, decisions there at the end? You think he's playing with a lot of MLB teams, you know?
In his ear?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's tough because, like, you base, it's an all-star team, basically, right?
Yeah.
And you watch all-star games and they're not played like your prototypical average game
for funsies.
When you've got a group of all-stars, you know, the game's played a little bit different. You know, when you say small ball, you know, go for the big inning, they're definitely a go for the big inning type of team, and at the end of the day it probably is what cost them. You know, they just could not manufacture enough base runners to utilize, and you know, there was that one home run in the 8th with Bryce Harper, but it's just, it comes down to baseball is that so unique sport where it's not the most talented team that wins every single game. It's just collectively the best team. And that's what it takes at the, you know, the build up for the whole season long. And, you know, it's about getting hot at the right time. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that's, I think, was, you know, Bryce Harper, who you just mentioned, who ended up hit the game tying home run in the 8th inning or the 7th inning.
Yep.
He's a big advocate for doing away with the WBC altogether and just making it a regular Olympic sport every 4 years.
Yep.
Would you like to see that as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be great.
I think, too, like with baseball, like 100%, you know, it's probably of the core sports, you know, it's might be the least followed anymore today. And it's just because it's, I don't want to call it boring from me being the baseball coach, but how many people can sit down and watch a 9-inning baseball game, right? It's tough. And, you know, it's the same thing with at our high school baseball games. I'd love to see more fans and spectators down there. You know, we've got a great group of boys, and I'd love to, you know, we play games most Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And if there's, you know, action going down at the Big Rapids High School baseball field, I'd love to see more people down there and watch these boys play. So same thing with just the, you know, I'd love that there's always entertainment with the World Baseball Classic and that, this and that, but I'd love the popularity to get back to where it used to be America's pastime.
Right. I think having an Olympic sport would probably help that cause too.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't see, you know, these all-stars, as you mentioned, trying to get their swings going in middle of March. when their season hasn't even started yet. They're still working their way into.
Well, even more so is the pitchers, I think.
For sure.
I mean, you know, the hitters are always a little bit further ahead than the pitchers at this point in the season.
Yeah, you know it. And, you know, Tarek Skubal was out there for the Tigers. He had to leave early. You see that. So I think they're probably playing with a lot of these major leagues team schedules as well. Paul Skeens went on the mound, and I think it was someone told him, this is the best lineup that you're ever going to face. And it was against the Dominican Republic, I believe.
Yeah.
The USA probably lucky to get out of that game in the first place. You know, that end of the last call, that called third strike.
Yeah, don't listen to Juan Soto.
Well, don't listen to Juan Soto. But that brings up an interesting question for Coach Alec. How do you feel that, you know, the umpires are, because baseball will be baseball.
Yes.
You know, how do you feel about that when an umpire, you know, is not getting calls right? Do you handle it personally, out loud, behind the backstop? How do you do that?
I think that's one of the funny things too, is it's probably of all the sports, it could be the most controversial because, you know, every pitch, every play is determined by a call by the official, okay, or the umpire in baseball, right? So it's just one of those things that as you don't necessarily look for them being the best. You just look for consistency, a consistent strike zone, you know, being fair to both teams. And I think at the end of the day, like, you know, there's going to be bad calls here. You just have to tell your team to roll with the punches and, you know, just, I don't want to say we're playing the umps as much as we're playing our other team, but sometimes you really are.
Right. I would agree with that.
Yes.
Do you think that the strike zone is changing or evolving?
Yes, it is. At the major league level, it's getting much smaller, and at the high school level, it's getting much bigger. And I think they're doing that for pace of play purposes, especially for high school. It went from about the waist down to the knees, and now it's probably the numbers down to the knees. I mean, they're expanding the strike zone, but they're doing that as well because they're trying to protect kids' arms. We've got pitch count rules that, you know, they are making the strike zone bigger so that way the pitchers can get through more games, more outs that way. I don't know.
I mean, as a non-pitcher, I can't say that I agree with that.
Right. I can't say.
You know what I mean? Because the MLB, as you mentioned, they're making their strike zone smaller.
Yeah.
So it favors the hitter a little bit more, and maybe it evens it out a little bit. You know.
Yeah, most definitely. And if you've got a kid on high school baseball field chucking, you know, high 80s, how's a kid gonna? You know, you can't catch up to a high fastball. A kid throwing mid to high 80s, and it's tough.
You ready to play a little this or that, Coach?
Sure.
Okay. This or that for Coach Alec Gary. Are you shifting? Are you shifting defensively or no?
Yeah, we're a revolving door. We're shifting all over the place. Yep, moving outfielders in, moving outfielders back, shading guys left this way, that way. We're moving all over the place.
Okay. As far as pitcher's concerned, let them ride it out or replace them?
We're going to let them ride it out.
Fair enough. I think I did already ask you high pants or low pants.
It's definitely low pants.
Pants.
You know what? But at the end of the day, I just want the boys to worry about their baseball game as much as the way they look on the baseball field.
That's a great answer. That's
right.
A great answer. You know, and this is probably my favorite question that I was thinking about is, are you using like arm wristbands, or are you going like ear tug on the ear, slide down the hands?
We do go with the wristbands.
You go with the wristbands?
We go with the wristbands.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So we won't be able to decipher the hand signals.
There will be no calling plays. No.
Fair enough. Are you? You said you're going to be a little bit. Does that mean that you're going to let players play some positions that they are most able to play, or are you going to try some things out?
Yeah, I'm not going to rewrite the wheel. They're going to play where they primarily played, but it's just going to be as far as, you know, everything as far as what I go by is gut instinct. And if I go into a game thinking that this is what's going to give us the best chance to win, that's what it's going to be.
Big Red has been pretty dominant against the rest of the conference. Would you say that, Brian?
Wait, Cole, you said last 3 years, or did Brody say last 3 years conference champions?
Conference champions.
I think Chip Hills is always tough. Central Montcalm's got that stud pitcher. You talk about, one person kind of overtaking a game.
Yeah.
There's
Stanwood's got that lefty too, that southpaw throws like mid 80s.
Yeah, like Stanwood, and then Grant has kind of been these boys' competition since they were younger.
Okay,
if they have a low rivalry, I think it's kind of been Grant the last.
Is that what you say, Cole?
5-6 years.
Grant.
I mean, they've given us a good run the last couple of years. That's for sure.
Because you've been playing against these same kids since you were little,
way long in multiple sports.
So you got their numbers, what you're saying.
I don't know about that. We've seen each other.
Yeah, they don't need any bulletin and stuff in the locker room.
And I am not a big fan of pregame smack talk. I really am not.
No.
But it is nice because you've been playing against these kids, so it's nice to know your competition a little bit. There's not usually as much fighting on the field when you've been facing each other quite a few times. It's a little bit easier, would you say?
Yeah. So, Cole, two-part question again. Your best memory of playing baseball to this point and your personal and goal and team goal for this year. 3-part, I guess.
Best baseball memory, I would say, is when we won the conference last year. I would say that one jumps out to us because it was a big walk-off single for our guy and scoring the run and then celebrating. That was big at our home place. That was fun. Personal goal, I guess I would just say to be better than last year. I mean, every year you just want to be better than you were last year individually, and just that's all you can really do. Just go out there and give it your all. I mean, as a team goal, like I said, I think those two of Cam's especially pointed out and Brody kind of hinted at is we haven't won in the postseason as much as we wanted to in these last couple of years. So to get over that hump and win a district title would be pretty fun for us.
All right, Brody.
All right, so probably my favorite baseball memory was, like Cole said, winning that Grant game last year to seal the deal with the conference title. I mean, they were kind of talking all game, so it was nice to kind of silence them with that win there. And is it personal goal now?
Yep, personal and then team.
Okay, so personal goal, I don't know, it'd be nice to hit 100 career hits this spring.
Where are you at right now?
I think I'm like 66, 67 or something around there. So
you can do it.
Yeah,
get to work.
It's a work in progress, but we'll see how it goes. And then a team goal. I mean, we've been talking about it all morning here, but let's go win a district and maybe go on to regionals. So.
All right, Cam.
I would say. What was the first question again? I blanked. I'm sorry. I was listening to Brody's answer. I like Brody's and Cole's answers. I'm sorry. I was just listening to their answers. I like their
personal. I guess a favorite memory of playing ball up until this point in your life.
I just, again, agreeing with these two, winning Grant last year, like Brody said, they like to run their mouths. So silencing them was very, very fun. I will say that.
I think you should have said, my dad coaching me as I was growing up.
No. Was that fun? I don't think it was fun.
Was that fun?
I don't think it was fun.
Was that fun?
Yeah, when coaching this group of boys, Jason Lasinski and I coach very much alike. Yeah. We're both kind of like
let's get at it.
Yeah.
So when Cameron needed to be spoken to, I'd look to John Ososki or Tim Heist and say, "Will you talk to Cameron?"
Because I would listen to those guys more than I would listen to him.
Because there's John and Tim's styles more kind of calm, where Jason and I are kind of more.
Okay. All right. I mean, you got to have good cop, bad cop.
Right.
You know that, right?
Well, we had five coaches for these kids for the most part growing up, and everyone would look at like a coach for every 2 kids out there. But
that's awesome, though.
I wouldn't trade it for the world, because us 5 coaches, Todd Dew, whose son's in Reed City. The bucket boy. He was our guy. He was our guy in the bucket that kept buck, and
sure.
Kind of he was a math teacher at Reed City, so that was kind of
that's who you want on the book.
That was his thing, and
nice and clean.
He did Game Changer, and but I wouldn't trade that, because now I'm coaching Cole's brother Ty and Cooper, and we got 5 coaches. Tim again, me, Dan Langell, Luke Brown, and Mike Backey, and
awesome.
It works.
Yeah. Right.
So Cam, goal personal for this year, and then I guess a team goal.
Personal goal, I would like to be all conference this year, or position wise, whatever I have to do to be in all conference, that would be a personal goal for me. And then team goal is everyone can agree is district title for sure, and go on and hopefully win a regional title and go on to state.
Excellent. Coach, team goal?
Team goal is just getting better each and every single day.
Yes.
At the end of the day, the district title is going to be the goal at the end of the year, what we start.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Winning's a lot of fun. You know, we talk about having fun. Baseball is supposed to be fun.
Yep.
Winning's pretty fun.
That was my very first speech to the boys.
Yep.
We're going to have a good year. We're going to have a fun season. And remember, it's a heck of a lot more fun to win.
It is.
Right.
It is.
Yes.
Everybody's pretty jolly, pretty jovial when you're winning ball games.
That's right.
Well, and I guess you look at the beginning of the season and just the potential, and that always excites you for the season to start.
Yeah,
that potential that
Yep.
you may see. But again, you know, and I use this a lot. It's not where we are right now. It's where we are at the end of the year. You know, when I coach, that's one of my big things is I want us to be, you know, at the end of the year.
Yeah,
you know,
do the right things now so that at the end of the year you're where you want to be.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yep.
And there's nothing like those first swings, you know, or first bullpen sessions coming in out of February into March, you know. Every baseball person out there is like, oh, they're just itching to get a glove back on their hand, right?
Yep, most definitely.
Good times, good times. Brian, anything else for you?
No, you keep rolling.
Well, okay. I mean,
I know you got a lot.
Well, yeah, I do love baseball, fortunately. You know,
Yes.
I do love baseball.
Best
So-
sport out there. Well, hockey's close.
You know, and there's just so much that goes into baseball, you know, into the game of baseball that we've all learned. I mean, I think that for the three of us, you know, for Coach and Brian and I, if we grew up emulating one of our favorite players' swings or, you know, whoever you're trying to be at the plate, you know, I think for us it was a lot of Ken Griffey Jr. was up there, you know, and you're trying to talk about Mark McGuire and that kind of era, but
no.
You know, but it's a good time. So, who did you guys? Yeah, I'm talking to the kids. Who did you look up to as you were growing up, playing together all your lives?
You can go first, Cam.
I'm gonna go with like an MLB player for this. I would say I always liked Verlander. He's a Tiger.
Good call.
Obviously, when he left, it was obviously heartbreaking, but he's obviously back now.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to have him back with the Tigers. But I just loved his style of play and how he played the game as a pitcher.
Good answer.
And how his mentality. I just liked it.
Great answer. I almost saw him throw a no-hitter one time live in person.
Yeah.
Most boring game ever.
Yeah.
Well, no-hitter, you know. He was 2 outs away from throwing a no-no. But again,
Well, I think
pretty boring.
Yeah.
Not a lot of offense. So, Brody, who do you look up to growing up?
Cam kind of took mine, but I'm going to go with Cabrera.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I mean, as you saw last night, his personality.
Yeah.
I just like watching that video of him when he, like the MLB, you know, he goes and, you know,
Mixing up with the fans.
Yeah.
And,
That's just, or taking
so he's messing with the base
Adrian
runners.
Beltre, you know, playing with his hat or head.
Was it him who stole like a fan's fry or something?
Oh no, that was Prince. Fielder.
Prince
He went in
Fielder.
and took a guy's chip and
Yeah. Cabrera's probably done that too.
Oh, I would think so.
He did do that one time. I remember watching a video.
Yeah.
He went over to a fan, and he caught a fly ball and looks at the fan, takes like something out of his
okay.
fan. I'm like,
Yeah, I think he did too.
Sounds like something I would do.
And my son Zeke and I were watching the WBC last night, and it's like, Zeke, I don't know if you know what a triple crown is,
Right.
but that guy on TV right there, he did it, and that is such an impressive feat that nobody accomplishes. And I mean,
Carl Yastrzemski was the last one. I think it was 67 maybe.
you know, to have a Detroit Tiger, you know, as the guy like you guys, you know, I mean, he played for so long. I kind of grew up watching Miguel Cabrera as well. So, who you got, Cole?
I mean, mine's kind of a different answer, but my favorite player growing up was Ian Kinsler. Don't know, just kind of stuck out to me. I mean, number 3.
Gritty.
Kind of like that. Yeah, all the way along.
Love Ian Kinsler.
Yeah, he was a gritty guy.
He was,
you know,
man.
from Texas and then Detroit, and I think he went to Anaheim or the Angels after.
Heck of a ball player. Heck of a ball player. Yep.
All right, Coach, what about you?
Yeah, so I'll go
a little different era, maybe.
I'll go a little bit different era. That, you know, kind of with the guys that, you know, brought baseball back to Detroit, because as we remember, the Tigers were so bad for so long. In the 90s or 2000s. So I'll go with a guy like a Placido Blanco.
Yes. I'm so happy
he was
you said
coaching the Dominican Republic the other night, I
Was
think.
he?
Yeah, I saw him in the dugout.
He's just a guy that did everything the right way.
I love Polanco.
Exactly. You know, and another, and not that for the Tigers, but you just look at a guy like Derek. And it's just the captain, you know, it's his nickname is the reference, and doing things the right way.
I'm sure you heard that Jeter quote that's been going around the last couple of days. It's so Jeter, you know, like, oh, the WBC guys are saying, you know, this is is important to win the WBC is to, play in to win a World Series. And what did Jeter say? Those guys have never played in a World Series. Once I said that.
That's awesome.
And Brian, I formed that question for you. You realize that, right?
Which question's that?
Which player do you look up to or try to emulate?
Well, you already know.
You know I made that question for you.
And these guys, all three of these guys.
Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
Tony Gwynn, baby.
I don't know how many times while we're going down spring break, he'll either play a murder documentary or he'll play a Tony Gwynn documentary. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a really little kid, it was Rod Carew.
Oh, yeah, Rod Carew.
Rod Carew was my favorite when I was really little. And then, yes.
Man.
They were better people than they were players, and I think that's what was important to me is not only, the player you are, but the person you are is, and that's something where I think we as coaches and now Coach Alec are trying to do with these guys and their teammates is, at some point, they're young adults now, but you're going to be adults and, be productive members of society and be the best that you can be, not on the field, because the field's going to go away at some point, as much as,
right,
we don't, none of us want to see that, but what's going to be left is, your reputation is how people see your character is actually who you are.
Definitely.
That's my speech, I guess, there.
We like it, and Tony Gwynn definitely emulated a lot of that, too, so we know you're pretty big on that guy.
Maybe too much, but if you ask people.
It's just ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, well, it's important. And, one of my big, when we used to preach hitting, and I said this all the time, and I got Ty saying it now, and Cole was my guy. I'd say, Cole, what do I want you guys to do when you get in the batter's box? And I don't know if he still remembers, but Ty does, his brother. I want you aggressive but disciplined.
Sure.
I don't want you letting balls go by. I want you to be aggressive, but know the zone.
Yeah. We're here to hit.
I was trying to get a hit for a gummy.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, I'm still famous for that.
Give the gummies for a hit.
Yeah, kids get to. They come over and here's I do that. And, yeah,
I'll save the pride joke.
So Ty and Cooper are getting that now too, and yeah,
love it.
NIL before NIL.
Yeah,
players.
Yeah, well, I had kids on other teams coming up to me.
Yeah,
after making a play or something, they'd come up to me with their hand out.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's pretty great. I was a Johnny Damon guy.
Yeah.
Up, so one of those dudes that this question's
the
for
idiots.
Coach. And if you know Johnny Damon, his throwing arm from center field really wasn't that spectacular.
No.
But he got the job done. Unorthodox or whatever. But Coach Alec, do you have any players like that you wouldn't necessarily say, hey, this kid is like a top tier athlete? But you wouldn't necessarily think so. Do you have any hidden gems that we might be able to see this year?
No, it can be anybody at any point in time in the season. When their number's called, it's just it's my expectation and their expectations to be ready when their number's called. So I think that is just preparation, readiness, and overall, just.
Are you giving the kids walk-up songs?
I don't think so.
No walk-up songs this year?
I don't know. I've not even really scoped out the field and what I got to do, and I've not even know how to run the scoreboard yet. So.
Cole, what do you think? You want a walk-up song or not?
I don't know. We have speakers down at the field. We've had them the last couple of years. So we'll see what Coach Alec.
What's your walk-up song?
I don't know. I've kind of changed it over the years, so we'll see what happens this year.
Okay. Better than walk-up song. What's your pre-at-bat routine?
Pre-at-bat routine. I mean, I'm an overthinker as a person in any sport I've played, so I got to try to stay as calm as possible and keep the flow of the game going if I can.
Sure. Okay. Brody?
Pre-at-bat, I would just probably watch the at-bat before me, and because it's usually Johnny that goes before me, and we're the same hitter. We're both lefties, so we kind of attack the same pitches, and yeah, just that.
Awesome. That's probably what you should be doing. Watching the at-bat, watching the pitcher. Cam, what do you think?
Well, so I haven't batted in a year, so I couldn't really give you an answer on that. But I can give you one for pitching, just routine wise. While I'm pitching, I don't waste time. I'll throw the ball, and then Kurt Wilbur will throw back, or Nick Routley will throw back, and I'll walk back to the mound and get ready to throw the ball again. I don't waste any time.
Like Anibal Sanchez.
I'm quick. But I could, if I was to bat, I think I don't really have a routine. I would just go up to the batter's box, tap the plate, get my length of where I want my bat, and then I'll just be ready to go.
Send it over the fence.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know if I have
put the ball in play.
Put the ball in play.
Thank
put
you.
the ball in play,
Yes.
get a single or double, get a run in.
Yeah, put the ball in play.
Even if it's an RBI. That's all that matters.
Good answer. That's where he was going with it.
Yeah. Tony goes, put the ball in play.
Very nice, very nice. So, all right, Coach. Last one, and we'll get you guys out of here. You finally have school, so we'll let you get back to school. How optimistic are you this year overall?
It's going to be a good season. I can tell from this is now my 11th year coaching high school baseball, and like I said, there's been lots of team accomplishments that I've had over the years, and I think this group is as special as any of the teams that I've had. I don't see any reason why we can't have that postseason success that myself and all these boys are looking for. And on top of it all, I think like the first speech of the year I give to each and every single one of them is like the individual stats, the moments, and all that stuff is special and unique. But at the end of the day, it's how they are as teammates and how we are as a team. And, with this group, it's a special group of boys that, I'm going to remember just type of person they were at the end of the day. And with how special they are, that's the important thing. And that they can learn from here, that it's bigger than the game of baseball. And I just know that whatever I can do to help these group of young men have success at the next level at whatever it is they do is that I'm doing my job.
Well, I can tell you, I think being someone that's seen these boys come up and their friends and teammates, I think I'm excited to watch how they do. And, I know there's going to be bumps. There always is. But when you have a group that's had the success they've had, I don't think the stage is going to be too big for them. Nope. And they'll have each other's backs, and I think that's what's important. And so I think they got the perfect person to mentor and lead them and get them in that direction.
Most definitely. Yeah.
And one thing before I wanted to not forget, we can maybe do one last thing with baseball, is congratulations to Cole on Michigan High School Athletic Association Senior Athlete Award. He received that Saturday and at the Breslin Center, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I just wanted to make sure that I recognized him. I did
incredible.
with Morley Stanwood. I meant to do the same with Cole right after that, but
that's awesome.
Didn't want to leave without doing that.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Cole.
Thank you.
And it's very well received, and he's a very humble kid, and you're a great kid,
awesome.
and very deserving. So nice work.
We got this group of boys I love.
Yeah.
These three, Jonathan Lisinski, Noah Sweffenheiser, Kurt Wilbur. I mean, I can go down the line. I don't want to. Carson Rakoff. I mean, all these kids that I've coached, I love them like they're my own.
Yeah.
And so to see them now, and I just
after all these years, them knee high. They're knee high.
Everybody said it goes fast. I had this conversation this morning with Emily Coles, and she's like, "Can you believe we're here, Brian?" I'm like, "No." I mean, it really hit me at the regional final for hockey. Sure. That's where it hit me. I was like, "Okay, baseball, can't wait." I'm like, "Ugh,"
Mm-hmm.
It
moves quick, don't it?
It's kind of it's going really quick. I don't know if I want. Am I ready for baseball? Yes. But do I want it to end? No. So let's
because what comes after baseball season,
right? Yeah. So I mean, let's enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want these guys just to enjoy their time together. There's nothing better, and just take it all in, focus, be driven, but be there for one another.
Do you three have plans after high school to further your athletics?
My plan right now, I'm still undecided on where I'm going, but I'm planning to play college basketball. I just got to figure out where.
Nice. Good luck to you. Brody?
I'm planning to play junior hockey, whether it's like out of state. I'm thinking either Colorado right now or somewhere in Texas, but
nice.
I'd love to play college hockey after that. So,
good deal. What are you thinking?
I've got like two options right now: college baseball, or just Air Force. If baseball doesn't work out, Air Force as a backup plan.
Good deal. Good luck to the three of you, and I'm sure that you've got what it takes. Keep working hard and Thank you so much to Coach Alec Gary for coming in, and
Thanks,
welcome
Coach.
to Big Rapids.
Yes, thank you.
We want to give our shout outs to
Yeah,
the sponsors.
so
again.
we'll
Thank you to
get
the sponsors
our
too.
sponsors before we get off the air here. We got Big Rapids Tire and Andrew Brock, who does a great job over there. Zotz Bar and Grill, Roxanne there.
Love Roxanne.
Best burgers in town, and
You're
their
awesome.
seafood chowder is to die for. Daggett Gilbert, they're a pretty good little funeral home, don't you think, Coach? Yeah, we're pretty fortunate to have them. M&M Lawn Care and Snow Plowing. Mr. Martinson there does a great job. M&M Collision Center, Matt and his group over there do a great job. And then that Get Hooked at Curry's place does pretty good
I've heard
too.
of that place.
Yep.
Heard of them.
Yep,
Pretty good.
Pete does a pretty good job on that ad. So
Yeah, he does. No, he does.
all right. I don't know if he
nails
goes to church every Sunday, but thank you.
Excellent. Good luck.
Thank you to you guys, and good luck.
Yep.
Thank you.
God bless.
Keep us
Thank
posted.
you.
It's Curries Hot Stove League right here on B1039.
The new B1039 is WBZX Big Rapids. The 80s and more are on.
Do you have any idea what you're listening to?
Big Rapids' new B1039.